Pardon me, stranger.
Hey, Grim Chat. Let me know who's watching. Just kind of tonight and not do a podcast per se, but a little bit of work. Gary Wright, how's it going, buddy? Kind of wanted to take the new PC for a little bit of a whirl. And, game streaming because eventually, I think Brandon and I are going to do that on some of the things so we can. Stream once in a while and maybe grow the channel talking Liberty stuff while we're tomorrow night's show is going to be I wanted to call my friends and say this one's not radio friendly because my thoughts on the Charlie Kirk thing and everything else got me pretty fired up, and I was like, do I I'll control myself, but it's not going to be easy to and not also curse at the same time. It's going to be an easy one, Gary. I'm going to try to adjust the volume a little bit here so that maybe it's not. Turn the master volume back. Don't need it really up that loud. There we go. Now it might be a little more audible over the game audio. Yeah, Gary, it's going to be tomorrow evening's going to be pretty hard to keep my anger in check. Just hearing and seeing all the stuff that was said, and after someone gets assassinated like that, and you know, also all these people saying that it looks like maybe the Likud had something to do with this. Don't know for sure. Don't know if that's 100% possible. I haven't read up on everything, but that seems to be the going theory right now. So we shall see. Hard to say. But it's going to be, it's not going to be, I'm like I said, hard time keeping my anger down and not cursing during the recording, but I will do my best. I don't want to fall. I don't want that. Why am I getting an email saying your stream won't go live? Why would I get a thing like that? Oh, who cares? It says my streaming to Facebook is disabled. No kidding. I'm the one that did it. But yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, once Battlefield 6 comes out, which is not too far away, honestly, then once I get that downloaded, I'll probably stream, even though, and then everyone can see how terrible I am at like shooter games. I'm not the best at them, but we'll give it a shot. See what happens. World boss? No world boss. Okay. Gary, how's your week going, brother? Doing all right? Let's see here. Looks like my stream is lagging a little bit right now. That's not good. Actually, my PC is lagging a little bit too. I see. Okay. Okay. Why are we lagging? It's not good.
You can think. What's next?
Yeah, I've got an uncle's funeral tomorrow, and I don't know. It's been crazy the last few weeks. It's kind of a busy week for me. But I did get to go see him. So he passed away not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, and Tuesday my mom and I went to see him because we knew he wasn't doing well, and it's a good thing we did because he passed away 4 days later. So, oh, door knocking, huh? Oh, door knocking businesses. There you go. Any luck with that, Gary? Did you get any interest? I hope you did. I'll be interested to see how many businesses around here would be interested in. Well, thanks for that, Gary. I'd be interested to see how many businesses around here actually would, want to. I would hope like the mom and pops would definitely like get in on that whole thing, and that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Quite a bit of interest in going. Good. That's what I like to hear. Said I know I won't be able to make it, but hope you guys get a good turnout and get some mom and pops, small mom and pop businesses get interested in it, and I hope UPMA like builds a branch here in Missouri. I really do. I would love to just, have the bank, like, even if I have to drive a couple hours, doesn't bother me really. Just if it's within a few hours, and then like if I wanted to go pick up my silver or whatever, I just drive there and grab it. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'd like to see. That's what I'd like to see, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Definitely let me know what kind of turnout you get. I'd be interested in seeing how many business owners actually show up and want to check into that whole gold and silver. It'd be pretty awesome. Like I said, I hope a lot of them do. And then if UPMA like builds a branch here, and I use like the debit card model, or for like, I don't want to use it all the time, just maybe case of emergency or whatever. It'd be pretty awesome. And I don't know. Like I said, it's not that I have anything against them. If I'm buying the gold and silver, I would like it to be close enough to me where I can actually go pick it up if I ever wanted to. That would be my thing. Just to be able to go get it if I wanted it to be in my possession. But we'll see. Should be pretty it'll be interesting to see the turnout nonetheless. I know you're having it at is it the Wildflower Cafe, I believe is where it's at. If I read the email, if I'm remembering what I read in the email correctly. Which they're pretty, like, they seem like they kind of understand what's going on in the world, and like, I don't know, they just seem like they're kind of with it. Sam and Trish have spoke pretty highly of them, so I hope that I hope you get a lot of other small businesses there. I have a feeling I know a couple that might show up, but as far as the rest of them, I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to gauge that thing. You never know. People, I don't know, sometimes they show interest like just to be nice. You know, they don't want to be rude, standoffish, but then they're just like, I'm not going to that. I don't know. That's how people are around here sometimes. It's kind of sad, but yeah, like I said, I know that I won't be able to make it, but I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope it turns out well, and I hope we get, I don't know, some of these restaurants and other small businesses that will gladly take gold or silver as payment. I mean, we don't have any restaurants around here that expensive that you should need to how would I put it? You wouldn't need to put a gold dollar down to buy your meal. You know, we're not big city food expensive around here, so that's always a positive. So I'm hoping that's yeah, I just, like I said, I really hope that you guys get a really good turnout, and then you're having one in Eureka as well. I know that, so that's pretty awesome. All right, did I get anything good? Probably nothing's gonna help me out. Let's see. I don't have Quill Volley, so that doesn't really help me out much. A little bit better on that one. I like the whole stun thing. Okay. Okay. Well, that finished that dungeon run up. Okay, Saturday in Eureka, 1 to 3 p.m. And I have a family photo shoot that day. So that's good, though. Making a little side hustle money with my photography, so I like that. Any side hustle money is positive. Because I'm doing a family photo shoot in a very small wedding for them. In excuse me, late October, early November. So I kind of wrangled up 2 photo sessions from one person. Not a big money maker, but that's okay. I know the people, and or I know the gal that asked me about the pictures, so I kind of cut her a little bit of a break, but that's all right. I don't mind it. Tormentor's Trimetal Ring. Huh? Yeah, and I think like the first Saturday of October, I'm going to try to go to Swan Lake Wildlife Refuge and go scout that out for like this winter for all the winter waterfowl that kind of come in. I'm hoping to go scout that at the beginning of October. And then once January hits, I kind of changed my mind, Gary. If you want to come along to go see all the bald eagles, it's going to be a little bit longer drive. But instead of going over there to Alton, Missouri, one of my cousins told me to go to where am I at? I'm confused here. Here we go. Go to Clarksville instead, because apparently it is. I need God dang it, I need to figure something out first. It's you see more eagles there than you do at Alton, Missouri. So okay. Tormentor's Trimetal Ring. So yeah, it'll be a longer drive, but if you want to ride along with me this winter, then that's what I'm gonna. That's where I'm gonna go, because apparently you'll see easily, according to him, like 40, 50 eagles at one time, which is bananas. But I'll take it. Swap that out. Yeah. So I don't remember how long the drive is. It's nothing. Let me look it up, because it was telling me to take a couple different routes, right, dude? And I was like, I don't want to do that. If I go, because it wants me to travel like a long stretch down Highway 94. And so, well, now it's changed its route on me. It's 2 hours and 5 minutes from me. So it's telling me to go TT. Okay, now it's telling me to go TT to T, which will probably take me to 70, I'm assuming. Oh, 61. And taking 61 all the way up to Clarksville. And there is a lock and dam up there. There's a boat ramp, but I believe there's a lock and dam up there too. And yeah, lock viewing platform. So that should be where we're going to go to see all the bald eagles this winter. So I figured, if nothing else, we could meet in Union. You could hop in with me, and then we would just drive. I looked up the directions one other time. It told me to take 94 all that way. I'm like, it is too windy and too hectic on 94. It's a beautiful route, but it's a slow drive. I was like, why can't I just take T and TT over and cut up? And that's what it told me to do. So yeah, if we can like meet in Union, and then we can be, like I said, you can hop in my ride, and then we'll just head up there and spend a few hours and see what kind of put that 200 to 500 millimeter lens to the test. That'll be fantastic. Let's see if I got any more. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, is just doing that. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I've been to Hannibal. My one of my buddies, his parents lived there until they just bought a place outside of Holt Summit, I believe. Yeah, he got a nice little place outside. But yeah, they lived at. I went up there a couple times with him, and I know like Hannibal I think Hannibal has like an Eagle Days or something up there too, where I don't know. There used to be a bridge that crossed the Mississippi, and they would close it off or something on certain weekends, so you could stand on the side of the bridge and just, again, just photograph or look through binoculars or whatever, and just watch the bald eagles swamp around. And swim up around the river. The one thing I did not know until I looked it up to find places, you know, best places in Missouri to see bald eagles. And anywhere a lock and dam is, apparently, is the best place to go because the river swirls around those locks and dams and everything. And between the water temp and the swirling of the water, it stuns the fish and it makes it easier for the eagles to come down there into the river and, of course, swoop them up and eat them. So that's why you go to places like either Alton or Clarksville and you get around those lock and dams. And yes, it makes it way easier for the eagles to catch their food, and you get a bonus of just sitting there in one place and watching all these eagles fly around. So looking forward to that for sure. Can't wait for that. And generally, I'm the type of guy that I don't want it to get cold because it ruins my photography. But now that I've got this really good telephoto lens, it's actually going to make, when all the leaves are off the trees and there's birds of prey and stuff up there, generally you can't see them behind all the vegetation. Well, now they're kind of screwed because if they're within, you know, a decent range from me, then I'm going to be able to catch a picture of them anyway. So they're kind of screwed regardless. It'll be good times. Can't wait. I think my boss, my old boss in coil winding is going to go with me to Swan Lake when I go. If I get to go the first Saturday of October, I believe he's going to go with me. And apparently you can do a lot of photography from your car there. The roads straddle the lake pretty good. And you don't even have to get out of your car to get a picture of a lot of these ducks and geese and different types of waterfowl that come in the wintertime. And work with a guy who's a very avid duck hunter. And he said, you know, go to places like that in the winter because that's when they have all their color and that's when they look the prettiest. So I'll take it from the duck hunter and I'll go in the wintertime and see what kind of colorful birds I can get with my camera. One of these days, I'll get the camera that I really want, the Nikon D850. It's got superior, I mean, as far as focusing and keeping track of stuff as it moves, it's going to be leaps and bounds better than the camera I have now. So I can't wait to get that beefier focusing system, more cross-focus points, more focal points altogether. And then, yeah, that's going to be super fun. Apparently, though, if you don't know your camera settings and you get the Nikon D850, any mistake you make will be visible with that camera. So you've got to make sure you know your stuff. But I get almost 11 more megapixels, so that means I can blow a picture. If I get a really great photo of well, I'm not damaging this guy worth crap. Come on, man. But yeah, that means I can blow pictures up even larger than a 16 by 20 that I can comfortably do now with with my Nikon D800. So pretty badass. Must admit, pretty awesome. So it should be a good time. Need to find some chests. There's one there. We'll go down here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to really putting that lens to the test, brother. It's gonna be great. Might be one of those. It'd be hard to. You have to drag me away because I ain't gonna want to go home. Never know. Never know. one of the first times I took that lens out and just drove some gravel roads. I got some, little birds and stuff, but I just wanted to stay out the rest of the evening till I got too dark to see anything, but I didn't. I came home and had to look at the performance of the lens, the look I got, the photos, post edit, and I was pretty blown away. So, see where we go. Come on, give me something good. Wow, I'm getting totally screwed. On drops here. Terrible. Of course, I think I am playing at the lowest level of difficulty. I might need to up my stuff here. Get some better drops. I don't know. I don't get too competitive with Diablo 4. I just like playing it, and then and just this is how I kind of blow off steam. I'm not too worried about having the best whatever. I just get on here because it's the way I blow off steam before I go to bed most evenings. So it's kind of cool. And like I said, I wanted to kind of see how this new PC would do with this game. Doesn't really tax the system too bad. You can see it lags a little bit, but that's more Blizzard and their developers than it is my system. And mind you, this gaming PC isn't like the top of the line because I'm not spending $4,000 on a PC to have like the absolute best, but games like this should have no problems playing. Shouldn't really tax my system at all, but we'll see as we go on. All right, when Battlefield 6 hits and I try that, maybe that'll. It shouldn't be too bad on my system. Yeah, so Gary, I don't know what your plans are for this week, but Jesse Rude, who I used to have on my show quite often, he's been very busy with married life and stuff, but he's starting a podcast called We the Podcast, and he's going to have me on with him Wednesday at 3:30 in the afternoon. Because luckily I have the day off Wednesday, and I had a little bit of free time then, so I'm only on with him for half an hour. I think I'll be one of the first few guests on there. Now the $4,000 you talking about, like the Nikon, the Z's, the mirrorless cameras, like the Z9, that would be like the absolute tops. That one, yeah, that one will run you $4,000. I can get a used D850 for like around $1,300. That's in pretty good shape and not a lot of shutter actuations. But if you get the Z8 or the Z9, yeah, it's horrible. Now, mind you, the Z9 is my uncle that lives in Alaska has one of those, and he absolutely loves that camera. And one of these days, I'm going to have to show you some of the pictures he takes. He lives in, like I said, he lives in Alaska. He's retired from the Air Force. He goes around and he hikes, and he's got pictures of moose and bears, and of course, boatloads of eagles and mountain goats, and just anything under the sun he's got. It's pretty amazing. And so he's and I will make sure I send you a text of whatever. Well, that sucks. That was worse. I will definitely let you know what we come up with, or but yeah, it's the 850 is still a great camera. As far as full frame cameras go, like I watched a lot of reviews on the camera itself, and no one has anything really. There might be little nitpicky things. No one has anything bad to say, and everyone's like, "This is the pinnacle of full frame cameras." Like beats out Canon, beats out other brands. People are just absolutely blown away by how good the camera is. So I'm really looking forward to see how good it is, and really pushing myself to learn better. Yeah, now, like I said, my uncle has the Z9, and he's got the new Z 150 to 600 millimeter lens. So he's dialing out farther than I am, and apparently, if I was to buy a Sigma or a Tamron 150 to 600, when you push those lenses all the way out to their max, the pictures are soft. Apparently, with a new Z 150 to 600, that is not the case. But if I bought a Sigma now or something like that, if I push it out all the way, I'm guaranteed to not have, more than likely, unless I'm on a tripod and that camera doesn't move at all, I'm guaranteed pretty much to not have as sharp as photos as I do with my 200 to 500, because even with my 500 pushed all the way out, you don't lose any sharpness in your photos. So yeah, my uncle's been doing wildlife photography pretty much as a hobby his whole life. I mean, he does beautiful landscape photos too, of like the northern lights and all kinds of different stuff, mountain ranges. But yeah, his forte is really wildlife. I mean, and he just gets fantastic. But he's the one I talked to you about, which one should I get, a 150 to 600 or 200 to 500, 5.6, and he's like, hands down the 200 to 500. And then because of the price, I really had to. I watched hours upon hours of videos trying to literally talk myself out of buying it, because I was like, it's too expensive. I don't want to spend the money. And everybody's like, dude, this lens is amazing. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'm buying it. And I did. I bought it, and pretty happy with my purchase. 2016. So yeah, but now I'm ready for eagles and birds of prey everywhere, and a lot of ducks and geese and stuff when the winter time hits. And then I think I'm gonna trade in my macro lens that I have now and get a better one that has the focus motor built into the actual lens, so that I don't it'll focus faster. And then I'll have my portrait / landscape lens, and then I'll have my I'll have a macro lens for the up close stuff, and then I'll have my 200 to 500 for my my wildlife that I don't have to sneak up on anymore, because I can dial out. And as far as photography needs go, for the most part, I'm going to be set. And then I'm selling an old camera that I had that it's just been sitting around and forgotten, and a couple lenses that I absolutely don't use anymore, to a coworker. So that's going to make up a pretty good portion of it. And then the money that I make from these camera shoots, I'll probably just combine all that money together and then order my Nikon 105 millimeter macro lens. And then I'm going to be, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be sitting pretty for just about anything I want to do. I've also got a 50 millimeter 1.8 for portraits too, so I've got two different portrait lenses. But my one lens is 24 to 70. At 24 millimeters, I can do some decent Milky Way shots. I wish it was a little wider angle, but for what I've got, it did all right the first time. So I'm gonna try to go out and do more Milky Way photos at some point. And I'm pretty sure my D800. I'm going to keep my D800. My D800 has time lapse, and it's got like an intervalometer built in, so I can set it to do time lapses. And then once it's done with however long I tell it to do all of its things, the amount of photos, how many seconds, however many every 10 seconds I tell it to take a photo, I tell it to do that for so many hours, and then once it's all done, it compresses them into a file and turns it into a time-lapse movie. So I can edit it if I want, but it'll kind of edit for me or compress it into a movie file, and then I can just upload it to my computer and check it out. But yeah, I definitely want to do a time-lapse at some point, and I don't even have to buy the intervalometer, so that's another bonus. I mean, intervalometers are not really that expensive. Like even really good ones are like $75, but it's nothing stupid. But you can also use them as a wired shutter release and all kinds of stuff like that. So it'll be pretty awesome. Oh, hello. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Could be pretty interesting now. Yeah, I still like I haven't done much macro photography lately because, again, my macro lens isn't bad. I've gotten some pretty good macro shots. I know, Gary, I've sent you a few, but I think if I get one with a focus motor built into the lens, it'll speed up my focus because I'm missing several shots. And this is going to help me focus faster, and then get everything that I want in there, and it should be pretty freaking awesome. Really? How do I gotta go around? How do I get over there? This seems like a trap. Is it a trap? I can't get over there. Well, that's some bull crap. Okay, anyway. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at doing next time is just, or the next lens. I wasn't going to do it, but now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get my macro lens that I've been wanting. And then, so as far as nature goes, I can do landscapes or I can do any of that stuff. And I should be sitting pretty. And then I can take 2 cameras with me. I can take my wildlife and my macro lens with me, and that'll be fantastic. But yeah, we'll see. What's this? Any better? A little better. Yeah, not that great. Need to find more chests. There's one right there. Yep, I'm ready. I'm so ready for a little bit cooler weather, and then once I get my new macro lens, then I'll be ready for nature photography and all its different variations. Pretty awesome. Let's see. Oh, and I got a Helltide coming. Yippee. Yeah, it's gonna be great times. Laggy, laggy, laggy. Why are we so laggy? Oh, this game drives me nuts. Oh, really? Jumped way out of bounds to just go. All right, I'll see you later, Gary. Good talking to you, brother. this. 2 rings. Hopefully that's something worth a hoot. Let's see. That one's already up there. All right. Okay. Yeah, for anybody who's watching tonight, this is like my first time streaming any game. It's new PC. I'm kind of like trying it out a little bit because I normally do a podcast from this, as you can maybe tell by the name of the channel. So, but at some point we're going to be looking at streaming games. Right now I'm rubber banding, which means the network sucks. Or I thought it was rubber banding anyway. But yeah, I'm going to be looking at streaming Battlefield 6 when it comes out, and I'm not like a top end gamer. I don't have, you know, all these. I can't say, oh, I'm a top this, top that. I get on here and I have fun playing. And then if you're into Liberty conversations, you can do that too, because I like talking about freedom. I like talking about smaller government. I like talking about all those things. And it's just it's a bonus when you get to game and do it at the same time. How do I get there? Mobility skill or evade, spawn storm's feathers. Okay. Yeah. That's me. That's what I'm doing here. I just figured I'd give this PC a little run. Like I said, not top of the line, but it should do what I need to do. Definitely, if I'm just doing a podcast stream, it works wonderfully well. I wanted to see how it was going to work with streaming a game and pushing that stream out to YouTube and Rumble, which I didn't see. I haven't looked at my numbers to see who's watching from where. Restream.io is the streaming software that I use, the streaming service that I use, and so far it's been really good. Let me see. Oh, 3 on Rumble, 2 on YouTube. Good deal. All right. Also, I don't know, like at sometime in the next month or so, I'm going to be starting a new podcast. It will not be political in any way. It's all going to be dark humor and stuff like that. So if you guys are into dark humor, one of my coworkers and I are going to be starting another podcast. I'm waiting for him to get a new laptop and a couple other pieces of equipment, and then we are going to start a podcast. But it's all going to be humor based. I mean, you know, you can talk about like pop culture and stuff, but it's going to be pretty much comedy. As much as I enjoy doing my weekly political podcast, I also really love dark humor and everything that comes along with it. So it's going to be called the No Integrity Podcast. So be looking for that sometime around October. If you want to see two grown men acting like toddlers and laughing at most awful things, or just making up horrible jokes. My wife thinks the channel won't last very long because I don't think that I don't go out of my way to, like, I'm not dumb and be like, I'm going to be racist all the time. And it's not what I'm, but I also don't think anything's off the table. Like, you can make fun of me and say whatever you want about me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. And I think that just goes for, just to have some thick skin, not out trying to, really blast somebody just because they look a certain way, but I fully expect to be roasted when I say something silly and or do something dumb, what I would say would be something dumb. But I also I don't know, something about dark humor like gets me through all the crap in your life. Have some good dark humor. They say we're not gonna be trying, like, let's go full racist on this. It's not what we're trying to do. But there's humor in everything. I kind of like George Carlin always used to say that you can make fun of anything. I kind of believe that for the most part. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that because that I think my friend Eric and I are going to have an absolute blast doing that show. And I hope that everybody else enjoys it. And I hope that we don't, we don't go against the community standards of YouTube and they get all butthurt about something that we say that's just in jest and we don't really mean the stuff. And you know how it is. People just get upset easy, and then they take everything like as if you are actually that kind of an awful person, and then you don't, you actually don't mean it. You're just doing it to be funny. I don't see the problem in that. But we'll find out. We'll see if YouTube, we make the YouTube gods angry. And that I cannot wait to see. It's going to be quite awesome. Quite awesome. Kind of really, can't really wait for Battlefield 6 to come out. Start playing it, streaming it, and then you guys can see how absolutely horrific I am at shooter games again. It's not going to be pretty. I'm sure more people will watch it for the entertainment purposes and not to see how good of a player I am or take tips or hints from me about how to do this or how to do that, because you're going to be really freaking disappointed if you do. It's going to be terrible. But again, I'm doing it for fun, and I'm doing it so if people want to come in, if they want to talk about freedom issues, you're more than welcome to. If they want to bring up topics, again, I don't want people coming in and just being jerks because they can. But if you've got something you want to say, or if you want to talk about a certain topic, then let's do it. All right, let's keep the spirit of debate and just talking to each other about things we may disagree with, and just do it and not be psychopaths about it. I mean, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Why have I never picked up that waypoint? But yeah, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it right now, just to have that discussion. And just to talk about things and not be so knee-jerk about everything. I don't know where I should expand this build to. What's this right here? I'll just do a little bit of Jaguar skills here. Yeah. I just want to be a place for people to come and debate or talk or watch an idiot play a shooter game and do horribly at it and make fun of me. You can roast me all the time. I don't take any of that stuff personal. In fact, if I love a good roast, even if it's about me, I love that stuff to death. Love it, love it, love it. I don't care if it's my boss, coworker. I don't care who it is. I love a good roast. Is that all that did I get? Oh no, there's one way up here. All right, let me go get this chest. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm just gonna be busy apparently doing podcasts all the time, which is a lot of people think I'm strange for doing two different ones, but it keeps me busy. It keeps my mind occupied, and I'm not just sitting around doing nothing, especially when it gets cold out. Like too cold to like even be comfortable to go out and do photography. If I'm just out, if I'm just doing a podcast and making jokes and entertaining myself and hopefully others, it's kind of just a win-win all the way around. But yeah, look for that coming in October. I'm not sure when. I don't even know what night. It's probably going to be during the week because my coworker works the weekend shift, so it'll probably be like Monday or probably Wednesday or Thursday. It'd be great if it was Wednesday, because my Missouri Liberty Report podcast is recorded on Tuesday nights, and I might turn around on Wednesday nights and do the No Integrity podcast. And then yeah, should be like I said, I hope everybody else enjoys it, because I know I'll be probably crying a lot from laughter because my co-host is one of these guys that he is very quick-witted. And again, we send each other stuff all the time, and or we just say stuff at work to each other. Like we don't say it out loud because there are too many sensitive people around, and they get kind of upset about it. But yeah, we joke with one of our other coworkers, and we say awful things, and we just sit and laugh till we're about crying. So it's how you can't have a sense of humor if you can't laugh about things. And what kind of life are you leading? It's got to be horrible to not be able to just sit and laugh at things. As doesn't matter how ridiculous it is or how ridiculous that thing might be. If you can't just laugh about it, then about something that's happened, it's I just don't get it. I need to see. I bet still got 2 YouTube watchers. If I yawn, I apologize, guys. It's been a long day. I sat through about 2.5 hours of class today, so it works. So that always makes me a little extra sleepy. Confined space training too, so good times. Important stuff to know, important stuff to learn, because I am dealing with safety at work every day. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm probably just sounding super monotone right now and not. Portal Madness. Here we go. So if I'm not sounding my upbeat self, I do apologize. It's just been kind of a hectic, crazy day. But like I said, when I get on here and I do a podcast, I am not this mellow. I'm not super like screaming into the microphone either, but I do get a little heated depending on the topic matter. But I hope you join me on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. if you don't regularly watch. If you've never really visited this channel. All right, where's he at? 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Missouri Liberty Report. Myself and my co-host Brandon Doherty come on every week and talk a lot of Missouri politics and a lot of national politics, foreign policy, any of that stuff. All right, now how did he die over there, and then stuff drop over here? Make it make sense. All right, so we got another ring. Okay, that's a little bit better as far as damage goes. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys continue to join in, and again, look for No Integrity Podcast. Didn't come up with that name. My coworker Eric did so, and I really thought it was a great name for a podcast because it's literally gonna describe our words and what we say on that show. It's gonna describe it to a T. Like, we have no integrity. Do not depend on us for good life advice on that show because it's just gonna be ridiculous crap. Now, if you want to talk about how to, government overreach and government intrusion into your life, and you want to talk freedom and liberty there, then Missouri Liberty Report's where you want to be. Because again, we talk about how do we live without so much government intrusion, and how do we live without and any new laws and things that come around, anything that's going to make your life harder, more expensive, make it harder for you to open a business or operate your business, or just get things done that you should need a nanny for. Then make sure you join us, because we talk about all that and more. Again, this week's show is I got a lot to say about the Charlie Kirk thing. I'm hearing people say that it could have been the Lakuds, if you will. I'm not going to say the name right now, but most of you probably know what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of theories going on around that right now. But we shall see. It's hard to tell. It's hard to say where Brandon and I's broadcast is going to go. tomorrow night. But Brandon's wicked smart. And 25 maximum life. Oh, critical strike damage. Good lord. Up to 15 chance to heal plus 19 life. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that. But now I'm going to have to change the...
No witchcraft here. Only honest magic.
But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys... Excuse me. Now I gotta find. There it is. That's what I need. All right, swap these up. I don't think I'm gonna use any of this other gear. I'm just gonna go break it all down. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon. I apologize, guys. I'm yawning like crazy.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
Again, I gotta get PO, or I've got to get Path of Exile 2 put on here too. I just wanted to kind of do a test stream of this tonight. Because now once the new season starts here, quite soon I would think. Then we'll definitely be down to playing a new season. But PoE 2, I got to get into that. I got to get that on here, and really starting to dig that game. Really liking it. So we'll see what happens there. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this evening, folks. I am just worn down. Again, if you've never get that off here. Stop sharing the stream. But if you've never watched, if you've never joined in on the Missouri Liberty Report, again, Tuesday nights, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to check that out. And again, we go for about 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Central Time. But again, a lot of stuff with Charlie Kirk, our reactions to that. I almost did a special episode on it, but I didn't. Just really wasn't feeling it. So we're gonna talk of that and a lot more tomorrow night. So if you've never watched that show, again, join in on the live chat. Post your comments. We like to do one of these things where we just pop up and show your comment in the live stream and all that stuff. But be sure to join me and Brandon, again, my co-host Brandon Doherty, for the Missouri Liberty Report. We do that every Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. and I hope to see you all there. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching my little short Freedom Gaming stream, and we'll see you all tomorrow night right here at 6.